Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so in this tutorial, as you can see, this beautiful top, okay, this beautiful blouse was made by me. Yes, so stay tuned and let's get into the tutorial. All right, so this is my pattern that I made out, right? So I will drop the link in the descriptive box. If you haven't checked the pattern tutorial out, please go and do that before you come back and watch this video. Okay, so in this tutorial we'll be using this pattern and also a paper stay, okay, a bias strip, all right, cotton bias, yeah, and then also we will be using scuba for the flare, all right, and also the sleeve. Okay, so yes, so this is the lining for the top, right, and this is the main material. So beautiful. Yes, I can't wait to start like the tutorial. So guys, I've added all my seam allowances all through. Okay, the next thing is I'm going to be ironing this interface onto the front panel only. All right, so this is going to help my bust like stand out. Okay, all right, so I'm done with that, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be sewing these pieces together, matching my notches. Okay, yes. All right, so from the bottom, matching our notches, I'm going to sew the way through to the upper, like so. All right, so I'm going to be repeating the same process, okay, for the other side as well. Okay, all right, so I'll repeat the same process with my lining as well. Okay, matching my notches, I am going to be repeating the same process for also the main panel for the back. All right, and also the lining for the back as well. Okay, as you can see, I've already taken out my zipper bulges, and yeah, so I'm going to be joining them like so, and also the lining. All right, so let's go and do that, come back. Okay, so I'm done with that, and I have pressed my seam open, and I'm also like done cutting out my flounce or flare. Okay, so I added like ½ inch like I said I would in the tutorial. Okay, so that is for the hemming. Okay, so once we set this aside, and then this is for the back, right? Yes, this is for the back. Okay, and also the back main fabric. So we set that aside, and then we deal with the front. All right, so I'm done and also pressed my seam open like that. All right, so guys, the reason you press your seam open is to make your work look flat, all right, so that the seam doesn't like become bulky around that area. So the next thing is to just attach my bias like that, okay, right in the middle of I'm going to be stitching, or I'm going to be placing this right in that seam line. Okay, so I'll pin this up, and I'm going to be placing this like that, and then whilst I'm doing that, I will be stitching as well. And also make sure that when you are stitching, you don't stretch your bias. Okay. So I'm going to do that to the other side as well, and also for the back panel, okay, of the main fabric. Okay, so just like we have illustrated for the front, all right, you're going to be doing the same thing to the seam lines for the back as well. Okay, all right, so let's just go and do that and then come back. Yes, I'm back now, guys. I'm done with attaching my bias to this, and you can see how beautiful this looks. Oh. All right. So now the next thing to do right now is to flip my necklines. Okay, so this is the main fabric for the back and the right sides facing each other. All right, I'm going to be stitching the necklines like so. All right, and also for the front, okay, right sides facing each other. All right, I'm going to be matching the necklines like that, and I'm going to start stitching like that. Okay, so guys, I'm done, and this is how it looks from the inside. And also don't forget to top stitch on your lining. All right, make a neat and a cleaner top stitch on your lining. I also went ahead to sew in my zip. All right, and I kind of like tucked it in between the main fabric and the lining, like more of like a sandwich or something, and I ironed it. Okay, so yes, now yes, the top stitch I was talking about. All right, so make sure you make that top stitch in. Okay, so I'm going to be making some adjustments to my flare. I had wanted to make the alteration on the pattern paper, but I'll be using that pattern paper a lot, so I decided to alter the main fabric rather, because my clients requested that her flare comes right after the dart. Okay, so I'm just going to give a sewing allowance, and that is all. Okay, yes, so that is how come I am altering this right now. Okay, yes, so let's go ahead and then cut this out. I'm going to cut this out right half inches away from the dart. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the same thing to the front and then the back. So I'm going to be aligning everything like that, and I'm going to be cutting. Guys, sorry, there's this noise going on. Yes, that's what happens if you're trying to make a voice over at home. Okay, it doesn't work sometimes, so pardon me for the noise. All right. Thank you. So at this point, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Okay, please do that. Please subscribe. All right, so you see how what I was talking about, the flare, like just kind of is right after the um god, you guys know what I'm wow. It's right after the dots. Okay, so I'm just going to place this on it, and I'm going to cut this out. Okay. Hmm. So guys, I'm going to be fixing my zip, but before that, okay, I'm going to hem the bottom part of my blouse before I proceed to fix my zip. Okay, so I'll do the same thing for the front as well, and then when I'm done, okay, I'm just going to fix my zip and also take down my sewing allowance. Okay, for the front and the back, that means I'm going to join them together. All right, so let's just move to the next thing. So after that, right, I am going to deal with my flare. I'm going to be hemming the bottom part of my flare. I'm just going to sew using a 0.5 inch sewing allowance. Okay, yes, so I'll do that to both of the flare. Okay, and then the next thing is to draft my leaf pattern. All right, the pattern I had on my flare and also my sleeve. Okay, so I'm just going to be marking 4.5 inches. Okay, and then with my center line folded like that. Okay, I'm going to be getting the midpoint, and also from that midpoint I'm going to come up by 2 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to connect it to the bottom, the upper part like that, and then also I'm going to blend it to the bottom part by coming out by 1.25 inches. All right, so I'm connecting it like that, and then that is it, just as simple as that. Okay, so I'm going to be using this to cut out my fabric. Okay, so I'm going to be folding my fabric like so, and I'm going to be placing this on. I'm going to be cutting more of this. Okay, so once I'm done, I'll just go ahead and then cut smaller ones as well. Okay, that will be for my sleeve. Okay, so I'm done, and this is it. All right, so I have at about 12 pieces for the bigger one, and then also 12 pieces for the smaller one. Okay, so guys, I'm done joining the borders. All right, so you can see it looks so good, right? Yes. So don't forget, guys, always, like I've been saying this, but you guys don't subscribe, and I don't know why. Like you view the video, you check everything out, and you learn. I know you learn from it, but you hardly subscribe. So please subscribe to the channel. Okay, motivate your girl to do more. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be attaching my leaf, like should I say design or what? Yeah, I'm just going to attach this to my flare. Okay, so I'm going to quickly arrange this. Okay, so make sure you're using the right side. Okay, facing the wrong side, that is the right side of the flare. All right, you're going to face it with the wrong side of the fabric. All right, so that the right side of the fabric will rather show out. Okay, so just arrange it like you want, like you'd love to. Okay, do your own thing here. There is no strictness to this yet. Yes, it's all about being dynamic. All right, so just do your own thing here. Okay, just like I'm doing my own thing here. All right, so do your own thing here. Just arrange this like you prefer, and then do this all the way. Mhm. Yes, so just like I am doing. Okay, so guys, I just want to use this opportunity while I'm arranging this to thank you, my subscribers. Okay, I so appreciate you guys a lot. And Sister Sianoki, like, thank you so much for like sharing my channel to your page. Like, I'm so grateful for that. God bless you so much. Okay, so just go ahead and then stitch this down, okay, onto your flare. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the same arrangement to the other side of the flare. Okay, yes. So once I am done, this is how it looks. Okay, so I am done, and you see it looks, wow, it looks so beautiful. Okay, so I did the same thing to the other side, and it's now time to attach the flare to the borders. Oh my goodness, when I get here, I'm always excited. Okay, I'm very excited because I love this part. Like, I love how when you wear the dress, the flare stands out without crinoline or anything, like without stave. The one I made that I was wearing, it was without stave, and the fabric was, I think, a polished cotton. Yeah, I used a polished cotton for that flare, and it came out really beautiful. All right, in this tutorial I am using a stretch fabric, that is a scuba, because I'm going to be using the same scuba for the skirt. All right, so I have a tutorial, a skirt tutorial, a pencil tutorial on how to use a stretch, on how to draft and sew a stretchy pencil skirt. So check that out. I'll put it in the descriptive box, so you check that out as well. So I'm just attaching this, trying to arrange and attach this, and I'm going to sew and then also make my top stitch after sewing. Okay, after sewing. Okay, so yes, make a top stitch like that all the way through, okay, to this side like as well. Okay, so after that we are almost done with it. Okay, you're going to be drafting the sleeve. Okay, so now it's calculation time. Pay attention, guys. Okay, so as you can see, I'm measuring the whole chest line. Okay, so I'm measuring my front chest line and my back chest line. Okay, so whatever I get, I'm going to be subtracting the sewing allowance. Okay, so I'm going to be sewing on a half inch, so I'm going to be subtracting. So the back, I got 7.5 inches for each panel. Okay, so to get an accurate sleeve, all right, what you need to do is you're going to subtract your chest line, okay, from your round shoulder measurement. Okay, so whatever you get there is what you need for both your sleeve. So whatever you get there, you divide it by 2. So like I am writing, that is was for the back 7.5 inches plus 7.5 inches. That was the back was 15 inches. All right, so the front, calculating the front, is 14.5 inches for the front. Okay, yes. Now what I'm going to do is, because I am going to be attaching the sleeve, okay, I need like 1 inches for both side for the back. Okay, so subtracting my 1 inch, now I have 14 inches. Okay, so for the front too, because of both side, I'm going to be subtracting 1 inch. Okay, so I have 13.5 for the back. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using. The final result of the front and back is what I'm going to be using. Okay, I'm just going to be using those two after subtracting my sewing allowance. Okay, so I'm going to be adding the front and then the back together like that. Okay, so after adding this, now I have this. Okay, so this is my round chest measurement. Okay, remember the how do I call it, the seam allowances are not part. Okay, so once you add the seam allowances, you've made a mistake. Take your seam allowances out first. So the round shoulder is 43 inches for this client. Okay, so now what do? You subtract your total chest, round chest measurement from your round shoulder. Okay, so once I'm done, this is what I have, 15.5 inches. So you should know the sleeve is 2, right? Yes. So we are going to be dividing our sleeve, our results that we have here, into 2 for both the right and then the left, okay, of the sleeve. Okay. So I hope you understand. If you don't understand, please pause the video, go back to the calculations and the rewatch. You will understand everything. Okay. All right, so dividing it by 2, this is what I have. And remember, with a sleeve tool, you need your seam allowances. All right, your seam allowances to join. All right, so each sleeve is 7.75 inches, but you are not complete without your seam allowance. Okay, for both sides. So for both sides, you add plus 1 inch. Okay, so you have 8.75 inches. Okay, guys, so this is what you use to cut out both of your sleeve. All right, without any like alterations. All right, so guys, pardon my writing, they don't look nice, but hey, why not? It's for you guys, so I'll do anything for you guys. So please subscribe, like I've said, please kindly subscribe. Try and subscribe to my channel, guys. Try. I have lots, trust me, lots of videos for you guys, like I always say, and you guys in no time would really attest to the fact that you guys will learn more. Okay, so Now with that, with the 8.75, okay, I'm going to be using that to cut out my sleeve. So I'm going to be cutting four of this. All right, two for this one side and two for the other side. Okay, so it's more like the same fabric, but one is the facing, one is the lining, and one is the like fabric. Okay, so I'm going to be marking my 8.75 like that. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting this out. Mhm. So now after cutting this out, okay, I have my desired shape and I'm going to be bringing that shape out. Okay, so I folded my sleeve like that, but it's too thick, so I'm just going to open this up, use my chalk to mark or to draw out the shape that I want. Okay, and I am going to be cutting this out individually, like, yes, I'm not going to fold this over because it's really heavy, like very heavy, trust me. Scuba and my scissors is kind of like doing me some way be, yes, it's doing me some way. Yes, so I need to, well, open this up, and then though the design, I don't know whether it's going to be like the same or mirroring each other, but it's too thick for me to fold in four. Okay, yes, so as you can see, they are not really mirroring each other, but guys, when I'm stitching on my machine, I know what to do. Okay, yes, so if you ever get the opportunity, make sure that you fold yours like together. All right, make sure you fold before cutting so that they can mirror each other really well. Okay, all right guys, I don't know, so I've attached my leaf and you can see it looks so good, right? So I finished sewing my sleeve. Okay, so I'm going to be aligning this just like I did for that one, and I'm going to trimming off the rest. Okay, because later I realized that it was too big, so I decided to let it off the sleeve, and then after stitching I went ahead to cut the rest out, and I use my fire. Okay, as usual, please don't leave your leaf or whatever you cut out like that. You can use a stop fraying like glue, or you can use fire, okay, to alter the edge of your how do I say it? Should I say stenciled fabric? Okay, yes. Okay, so yes, we are done. Yes, we are done. Oh, look at that. Oh, it looks so gorgeous. Yes. So guys, tell me what you think in the comments. All right, and until next time. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. New viewers, please subscribe before you leave, because guys, trust me, you'll miss out if you don't subscribe to my channel, trust me. Okay, so this is the final look of the top. Okay guys, join me on Facebook, so with Anne, let's talk about fashion, ask questions, and then let's get to dive into more designs. Okay.